Oh man, wham, man, wham, wham, man, wham. Welcome. Hey, Miss Mer, how you doing? Yeah, it's your boy RNT, aka your favorite DJ or whatever they call me this week. I gotta come up with another stage name over here. DNC sounds cool. Maybe just call me DJ Dots or something. I don't know. All right, man. We back with another episode of the Audible, man. You know, your daily sports breakdown. And let's kind of just get into it. Get into it. Big news of the day coming out of NFL. Washington Commanders have been sold. Oh man, what a beautiful thing. And Daniel Snyder made money. Oh, I had to go back and do my research and find out how much he originally paid for the team and what he made today. If you're late to the game, late to the show, do what they always say on them other channels, man. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Oh man, yeah. Back in 1999, Daniel Snyder led a group, him being head dog, of course. Bought the Washington at the time, which is the Washington Redskins, who are now known as the Washington Commanders. Bought him for a cool $800 million, which at the time, and we're talking about 1999 now, so over 20 years ago. Yeah, over 20 years ago, you know, which was the highest paid price for a team. Now, today, the boy did numbers selling the team. Team has been sold for recorded and record for an NFL franchise, $6 billion. Can you say getting to the money? Getting to the money.
Bruh.
Oh boy. And here's the funny part about it. The fact that you DJ Dots, the fact that you made that much money, man, the NFL sports itself, I mean, the obscene numbers that these franchises are worth. And these guys are, you know, y'all know I love the NFL. You see the boy Dak on the screen. If the Washington Commanders can command $6 billion, just imagine what a team like the Patriots, team like the boys can get. I mean, they got $6 billion. You talking about, I'm gonna tell you something. And owning an NFL franchise, owning any American sports franchise is a big thing. Now, it was reported that Jeff Bezos was interested. His cutoff was 5.6 billion, and once it went past that, he said he was out. I mean, I get the fascination and the allure of owning the NFL franchise, owning any American sports franchise, but for the NFL franchise, biggest sport in our country. And it's only 32 teams. 32 teams. And you don't understand the amount of power that owning an NFL franchise gives you, um, I mean, you can pretty much bring a city to its knees. You can demand a new stadium. Hey, we're looking at moving. If you don't improve the stadium, yeah, we'll pay 15% of the cost, and you, the city, will pay the other 85%. Like, man, it's obscene the amount of money that is in American sports, and not just professional. The obscene amount of money that's in college sports. I mean, you got players now getting the NIL deals, and shots out to them, they should have been getting paid. But the NCAA, I mean, let's call it for what it is. It's $1 billion business. College football is big business. College basketball is big business. These nice universities that your kids or your friends, kids attend off the sweat and labor of pro level athletes. Trust me, baseball is not building the new library. Volleyball is not doing that. Now shouts out to those that come from those obscure, I wouldn't say obscure, be nice drama. Those other backgrounds out of the big two. I mean, $6 billion. I mean, that is obscene. Obscene. And think about it. The way that the NFL is growing, we're talking about TV deals, advertisers. I mean, the Super Bowl is still the biggest event in America. Still the biggest event in America. $6 billion. Think how much that franchise will be worth in the next 10 years, the next 20 years. I mean, he bought the franchise for $800 million and flipped it and made $6 billion. That's why I don't feel sorry for owners. I've never felt sorry for owners. Why would I feel sorry for billionaires? These guys are not running the mill franchises. They got private jets, private practice facilities. You get stadiums built in cities. If your stadium is too old, hey, we'll pressure the city by making, hey, we'll move if you don't give us a new stadium. Look at the Chargers. San Diego said, nah, we not doing it. We're not putting that burden on our taxpayers. Chargers said, the hell with that. We going to LA. Same thing with Oakland. I mean, you see it all the time. The Rams don't move how many times? You know what I'm saying? Like, big business. And reportedly, the new owner, what's this guy's name? No, his last name is Harris. What's his first name? Is it Joe? No, Josh. I'm sorry. Josh Harris, who also owns, and this one, you got money. Also owns the Philadelphia 76ers and the NHL's New Jersey Devils. Money. You own 3 franchises. Big business. And it's been reported that Basketball Hall of Famer Magic Johnson was also part of the ownership group, part of the Washington deal. Now, I'm pretty sure Magic made a nice piece of coin doing this, but now we know Josh getting all the paper from this man. So congratulations to him. Washington has a new owner who gives a damn. You still bottom of the East, but it don't matter. We still them boys. All right, so NBA playoffs, play-in is underway. Playoffs start this weekend. I think Saturday tip off is the 1:00 games. Tips off. I think Boston plays first. They play first. But anyway, play-in has started. I know I missed yesterday. I had some other stuff going on, so I couldn't go live and give you the update. So I'm just give you the breakdown of Tuesday's game, and we're gonna break down Wednesday's game, and we're gonna look forward to Friday's games, the last playing for the 8 seed playing games. But let's start with Tuesday. Tuesday, you had the Hawks jumping all over Miami. I was doing a show at the time, and I had to go back and catch the replay. Man, Hawks beat the boys up on the board so bad, and these kind of teams and these kind of games expose the lack of talent that is in Miami. I like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is a real good piece. He's getting a little longer in the tooth, but he is still able to go out there and perform at a very high level. Tyler Hero is a good, I wouldn't call him starter, a good sixth, seventh man. But the problem I see with the Miami Heat, and it's something they're going to have to really look at and address in the offseason. First of all, you got to get talent out there on the court. I looked at their rotation. These guys have 3 undrafted guys that are in, key members of the rotation, and 2 of them start. That's not going to cut it in today's NBA. But Bam Adebayo is probably the most troublesome, and will remain at the bottom. You're right, Miss Murray. And probably Bam is probably the player that I have the most issue with when I look at the Miami Heat. I know what I'm getting with Jimmy. I know what I'm getting with Tyler. To a degree, I know what I'm getting with Kyle Lowry. I know what I'm getting with the other role players. For Bam to be as physically gifted as he is, Bam reminds me, when I watch him play, he reminds me of a shorter Dwight Howard. Bam has been in the league for a minute now, hasn't developed his game, doesn't have a go-to move. You can't just throw it down to Bam in the post and let him go to work. His mid-range game it's not all-star level. His game hasn't grown. Now he's good on the defensive end, and that's cool, but you're not even a dominant rebounder. My Atlanta killed them on the boards. Killed them. Out rebounded in about 26, and Atlanta's not really known for a great rebounding team. Atlanta's also not known for playing any defense. But when you're limited offensively by what you can do, by the talent and the players you have on the court, like Jimmy's going to get his. Kyle Lowry came off the bench and gave you 30 piece. But Bam is probably a piece. If I'm the Miami, if I'm looking to really compete in the East, really, get back to being in the conference final, being in that conversation, Bam is probably a piece I'm looking to move. I just don't like his game. It hasn't changed. It hasn't evolved. He hasn't added anything to it. No nuances. No, I gotta step back. I got a hook left, hook right. Nothing. I mean, he's getting by on athleticism, and he reminds me of Dwight Howard. And like when I say Dwight Howard, I'm talking about his offensive game. He is nowhere near the rebounder or the defensive player that Dwight Howard was in his prime. But Bam is a problem, man. It's for me when you watch the Heat play. First of all, it's kind of hard to watch unless you appreciate defense and running the system. It's hard to watch the Miami Heat play. They don't get up and down the floor. They're not built like that. They don't have the talent. I'm be honest with you. They don't have the talent to even play that way. At the stage Jimmy is at in his career, as far as his age, I think Jimmy would be better served as being a strong number 2, who can go out there and give you alpha dog number 1 type numbers when needed. But I think Jimmy will be better as a number 2. I thought Jimmy Butler with Philadelphia was a better fit, but hey, they had to please Ben Simmons, who they eventually got rid of. So yeah, Bam is the issue. Shout out to the Hawks for winning. You did what you supposed to do. You went out there and you won the game, and congratulations to them. They are now the 7th seed. They will be playing against Boston. I think that'll be if it ain't a sweep, is going down in 5. Hold on for a second. All right, I'm back. I had a quick call. My bad. I'm back. I hope I keep y'all waiting too long. But yeah, congratulations to the Hawks. They move on 7th seed. I'm gonna do probably a preview at some point, probably tomorrow. Probably be tomorrow night around the same time before I go do my stuff on my other show. And kind of look at by that time, kind of have an idea of who's going to be the 8th seed in the East. 9:30 tip off for the West. No, speaking of the West, back to Tuesday. Them Lakers, them Lakers, them Lakers, them Lakers, them Lakers. Whew. Woo. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was a bit nervous, but we did what we supposed to do. We did what we supposed to do, what we should have did. Thank you. I'm happy for the win. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm happy for the win. I'll take it. A W is a W. Anytime you can get it. First of all, the game should have never went to overtime. I think Darvin Ham eventually got it together, but D'Angelo Russell looked out of sorts. I don't know if he's still nursing an injury or not, but at this point, you play to win the games. And he had enough common sense to ride Dennis Schroeder the remainder of the game. Even though D'Lo was out there, he wasn't asked to facilitate, wasn't asked to score, just asked just really be just a threat out there. But congratulations to the Lakers. Played very well in the second half. Defense got it together. We're going to need that against the Grizzlies. We're going to need that against the Grizzlies. If we come out and play like we did against Minnesota, it's going to be a short series. It is going to be a short series. I'm picking, I'm going to pick my Lakers, man. Of course, I'm going to pick my Lakers. Of course, I'm going to pick my Lakers. You can put that down. You can write it down. Money in the bank. Going with the Lakers over the Grizz. But Timberwolves is, I ain't gonna lie, man, put a little bit of a scare in me because, as bad as they played, still had opportunity to win the game. Mike Conley played well. Anthony Edwards was nowhere to be found. 3 of 17 shooting. Cat was the best player on the floor in the first half, but he, foul trouble kind of got the best of him. He wasn't aggressive coming down the stretch. If you're going to be honest, if I'm going to be honest about it, Minnesota lost that game more than the Lakers won it, but I'll take W. A win is a win. I will take it any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Moving on to the Wednesday's games. Chicago beat Toronto. Real good game. Real good game. If you missed it, go check the highlights. Real good game. I'm going to be on record. I haven't watched too much of Toronto, very little of Chicago this year, but that was a real good game. Down to the wire. Toronto shot themselves in the foot. Oh, better yet, didn't shoot themselves in the foot with all the free throws that they missed. Toronto had a chance to win. DeMar DeRozan did what he did. Zach LaVine was incredible. It was a good game, real good game, real back and forth affair. Good basketball being played. Chicago won it, but Toronto, man, you left a lot to be desired on the free throw line. You left a lot to be desired on the free throw line, and that's why you're home. That's why you're home. And speaking of being home, the Pelicans lose to the Thunder. I think I picked the Thunder, if I'm not mistaken. It don't matter. I'm going to say I picked the Thunder. New Orleans, has been a lot of reports, a lot of people, including management, some players have come out. It was reported earlier this week that Zion Williamson is, in fact, 100% physically healthy, but he's saying he doesn't feel like he's 100% mentally healthy. I'm not one to come down on people with mental health. And I'm not going to tell a guy. I'm not going to tell a guy to get out there and play if he's not physically ready. But I mean, come on, dog. Come on. You have an opportunity to go out there and see what you have. Your presence on the floor opens it up for the rest of the team. You could suck it up for. I mean, you haven't played since what? December. And then I'm getting Kawhi Leonard vibes when you hear the story, when you hear the reports coming out of New Orleans. He sounds like Ben Simmons to a degree. Yeah, he do, Miss Murph. He does sound like Ben Simmons. But when you listen to the stories that are coming out of New Orleans, and trust me, they're starting to trickle out now. People are starting to talk. I'm getting real Kawhi Leonard with San Antonio vibes. He's been cleared medically physically, but it's the mental block. I don't know if I can move, and I get that. I get that. And not just because he's a pro athlete. Anybody that has ever suffered a major bodily injury like a broken leg, torn ACL, back surgery, you're just not the same. Even though you've been cleared physically to do XYZ, it's a part of you that don't feel the same physically. So I mean, I get it, but I mean, Jesus, I'm getting Kawhi Leonard vibes, man. I'm getting Kawhi Leonard vibes. I wouldn't be surprised. You start hearing reports that Zion wants out. He's not happy with management. He's not happy with the direction of the team. I wouldn't be surprised this summer you start hearing those reports being leaked out to the media. And as much as I like Zion, I mean, New Orleans, I mean, by all rights, what are they really losing by trading you? The best ability in any sport, the best ability in anything is availability. And you haven't been available for a good what 65, 70 games a season. You can't stay healthy. You've been out since December. The best ability is availability, and you're never available. And it shows. And I think that, with you on the court with the players that they have around you in New Orleans, hey, at one point when you guys were at full strength, you had the best record in the West. You go down and their hopes go down. You're a big focal point. When you are healthy, you're a dominant player. But that's the part. You can't stay healthy. I don't want to see you doing a pregame dunk shows. I don't want to see you doing none of that. I need you to come in shape next year and be ready to go. If you're going to be there. But I'm telling you, you heard it here first. I'm getting Kawhi Leonard Spurs vibes off of him. But I don't want to focus too much on New Orleans because Oklahoma City is 1-1 the game. Great game by Josh Giddey. Almost had a triple-double. SGA, started a little rough, but pulled through. Like Oklahoma City, I mean, they got Minnesota at Minnesota on Friday with a chance to be the 8th seed. Oklahoma City, could they possibly get in and give Denver a run for their money? They do have a superstar player. And if you haven't watched Oklahoma City, it's a good young team with pieces, that guys that know their role. You focus on much on SGA, who has, played. It's been reported that, he may be on first team All NBA. I know he's going to at least be first or second team All NBA, but they have nice pieces around them. Think about it. They didn't even have Chet Holmgren this year. And the way Denver's been playing bad coming down the stretch. I don't know. But hey, that's the Friday games. You have the Minnesota at home. Can Anthony Edwards get his shit together? Can he put a Anthony Edwards game together? And go ahead and shut the door on them boys. Cat is playing at a good level. Rudy Gobert is reported to be back. What impact that has on the game, I don't know. When you look at the East, 8 seed playing for the 8 seed, Chicago at Miami. I'm not going to get my hopes up too much as far as like seeing offensive fireworks. I think it'll be a good game. You got Jimmy against DeMar and LaVine. Will Bam show up? Is Kyle Lowry got another 30-piece in him? I know what I'm getting with Chicago. I know I'm going to get Miami, but I think that'll be a good game. And those are going to be the games tomorrow night. Tip-off starts at 7 o'clock for the East, 9:30 for the Western. Like I said, I'm going to sneak in a show tomorrow and kind of touch on that a little bit. Do like a real quick preview, who's in, who's out, injury updates, and all that kind of stuff. What else has been going on? Oh, before I close out the show, I want to say congratulations to Mike Brown. It's been reported he has been named NBA Coach of the Year. Well deserved. Man is a hell of a coach. Mike Brown deservingly won Coach of the Year for the job he did in Sacramento. You can't. I don't think anybody can say, yeah, we saw Sacramento being not only a play. Well, take that back. Take it back. Only one person I know that was real high on Sacramento throughout this entire year. She know who she is. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Only one person I know that was high on Sacramento. I wasn't one of the few, and I mean it was few, but congratulations to him for not only getting the team back into the playoffs and in the playoff drop for them, but also playing so well that they're number 3 seed in the West and could potentially see them in the Western Conference Finals. That team is that good. De'Aaron Fox is that player. Sabonis is that player, but Mike Brown is the coach who puts it all together. He's done a hell of a job there. So congratulations to Mike Brown for winning Coach of the Year. I know awards were sent in, was submitted last Friday. So we should be knowing who's going to win, the key awards coming out. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. I think Paolo Banchero has pretty much locked up Rookie of the Year, unless somebody from left field takes the award. But you see my pick for MVP up on the screen. I think he is deserving of the MVP this year with the year that he has had. Being relatively healthy. Like I said, the best ability is availability. Oh, okay. So, I kind of touched on that. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel over here. Y'all know what I do on Fridays. We got a lot to talk about over there. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. But I don't want to, confuse the shows. Hey, I'm DJ Dots over here. DJ Dots. I like to thank everybody for, tuning in, listening, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let me get on out of here, man. I try to keep these down to like 30-minute shows. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, do another show. Ms. VSA out the clouds. Ms. VS, we're going to grow organically. I swear to God, I'm going to have a Sussex at Tea Time crowd over here one day. But until then, hey, I'm gonna be regular old DJ Dots. But yeah, we will have tea time over here one day. But hey, I'm happy with those that show up, those that listen. I'm doing what I like to do, talk my sports. Let me get on out of here, man. Y'all know the phrase that pays when it comes to me. Truth sounds like hate to people that hate the truth. And I'm out.